I'm here to drive the second generation Kia Niro, but first a speedy voiceover to cram all the essential Niro information into your brain.
Is your brain ready? All right, here goes. The Niro is all new and, unsurprisingly, sports a fresh look inside and out. You can draw your own conclusions about its style, but what we really need to cover here are the variants, of which there are 3. There's the original recipe Niro Hybrid, a spicy Niro plug-in hybrid, and as a thoughtful alternative, the Niro EV, as in fully electric vehicle. Unlike its electric kin, the Kia EV6, the Niro EV's battery is not built with speedy 800-volt recharge abilities. So, using a DC quick charger, the Niro EV achieves a 10 to 80% charge in about 43 minutes, whereas the EV6 takes as little as 18 minutes. I'll also mention that the hybrid and the plug-in hybrid each employ a 6-speed dual-clutch transmission. And despite looking a bit like an SUV, all-wheel drive is not offered on any Niro model. It's front drive only across the lineup. Having lazily let this voiceover and the on-screen text do the heavy lifting so far, I'm now ready to share what the Niro is like to drive. Take it away, on-screen Micah.
I'm driving the standard Niro Hybrid, and let's see how it feels from a stop. I'm going to come to a complete stop. Oh, item number 1. The brakes feel very natural. That's not always the case with a hybrid. Off the line, let's just floor it. Immediate electric torque, gasoline kicks in. Decent gear changes, not seamless. You can feel the gear changes, but yeah, that's fine, except, oh, I'm still going. Not to 60 yet. So it's not fast, but the way it delivers power is decently sophisticated. As far as ride quality, this feels like driving in a modestly priced crossover. So it's absorbing bumps just fine, not wildly sophisticated, but fine enough. Oh, good, a corner. Let's see how it feels turning through this left-hander. It's fine. It's not hugely emotive, but it does the job. See, I went left. Yeah! As for noise levels in here, once again, it's a modestly priced SUV. It's not super quiet, it's not super loud. Very middle of the road. One observation from the driver's seat, over my right shoulder there is a substantial blind spot from that cool side blade styling over there. That could be an impediment to visibility. However, blind spot warning comes standard, so technology is here to help. One interesting feature in the Niro is the Green Zone EV drive feature. If you activate it, it'll automatically go to EV mode in the hybrid or plug-in hybrid versions when you're near things like schools or hospitals or other environmentally sensitive areas to minimize how much smog you're leaving in those places where people need to breathe. If that's the kind of thing you're into, there it is. In total, the Kia Niro driving experience is not exceptionally sporty or luxurious, but it is pleasing for a vehicle of this size and price.
All right, the Niro Hybrid seems agreeable enough. How about the fully electric version?
All right, I have commandeered the EV version of the Kia Niro. Let's see how it drives. A good first test is full throttle acceleration. Because it's an EV, we're going to have that immediate electric torque. Okay, I would say that is brisk but not neck-snapping acceleration. It's punchy, but it's not going to blow your mind. Your friends with Teslas will not be impressed. Your other friends probably will be. Just like with the hybrid version of the Kia Niro, we have a drive mode selector here, although we've got a few more modes in here. And by a few, I mean 2. We've got a normal and a snow mode. Okay, this is eco mode, and steering feels relatively light, and the throttle is very smooth. Let's put it in sport. Accelerator reactions are much snappier, and the steering is heavier. The modes work exactly like you'd expect. One area I always scrutinize whenever I'm driving an EV is regenerative brake function. With the Kia Niro, as I lift off, I can control how much regen is happening with these paddle shifters here. And you find those exact same paddle shifters in the regular hybrid version. But even if I go to the max regen setting over here, there's no one pedal drive mode. So as I lift off of the accelerator, I can engage in even stronger regen by holding the paddle, but I can't one pedal drive this thing. Let's see if it'll come to a stop if I'm holding the paddle. It will, but I really prefer a good one pedal drive mode, just like they have in the EV6. All right, so the electric Niro drives just like the hybrid Niro, but electric.
So that's how the Niro drives. If you'd like to use those driving abilities to haul some gear, you've got a healthy 22.8 cubic feet of cargo space to exploit. That number drops slightly to 19.4 cubic feet in the plug-in hybrid.
Oh, I bet you're wondering about the interior though. Let's explore. They've really leaned into the ecological angle. So if you look up here at the headliner, this is made from, I'm told, recycled wallpaper. And then the seats are somehow built incorporating eucalyptus leaves. I don't know what any of that means and if that's actually helping the planet, but it does sound ecologically sound. What a weird way to say that. As I'm sitting here, very comfortable seat. I feel good. I got a nice comfortable driving position. Okay, front seat set for my body. Let's move to the rear seat. How is space behind myself? And before you ask, I'm 5'10" with a long torso. Okay, more than enough knee clearance here. That's great. And headroom, oh, headroom is great. There's this cutout here in the headliner. Very comfortable. Did the seats recline? No, they don't. And if I move over here, you get a better sense of how I fit into the vehicle. Yeah, this is very accommodating. And I noticed too, in the EV, there is no central hump here. This is the hybrid version, so there's actually exhaust that has to be routed to the back. So there is a hump for the middle position. Oh, and I got to note, these vents here are standard on all but the absolute lowest trim, which I really like because I have a daughter and I don't want her to be too hot or too cold. I'm a good parent. You may leave now, Tim.
As for price, a basic hybrid Niro LX trim costs $26,490 plus another $1,295 in destination charges. For that price, you get dual-zone automatic climate control, 7 airbags, a full suite of active driver assist tech including forward collision warning, lane keeping assist, and blind spot warning, plus an 8-inch touchscreen with wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay.
All higher trims feature this 10.25-inch screen, which is under a single pane of glass along with the gauge cluster. I am always perplexed how the larger screens in Kias lose the wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto functionality that are found on the smaller 8-inch screen. Nonetheless, the interface itself is fine. I like the vivid little icons here. I wouldn't mind having a dedicated home button because you have to go here and sometimes it's just not clear where you need to go to get back to this main screen. But overall, it's a pretty easy interface. And I will note too that the climate control slash audio control interface, this is working a little bit better. I'm getting used to it. And if you hold this for a long enough time, you can set it to default back, like it just did, to the audio controls. In total, if you buy yourself a Kia Niro, all of this stuff is going to make sense pretty quick. You can end now, Tim.
While the standard Niro hybrid is offered in a comparatively simple LX trim, the Niro plug-in hybrid and EV start at higher trim levels. More features and bigger batteries means more money. The Niro plug-in hybrid starts at $33,740, not including destination charges. Meanwhile, as of when I made this video, the EV's price hadn't been revealed yet.
Speaking of price, if you want to know how much you should spend for a Kia Niro, the Kelley Blue Book Fair purchase price can tell you. There's a link in the description if you want to know. Click it!
Rounding things out, here's a grab bag of observations. Like, at certain sun angles, the Niro's dash is super reflective on the windshield. Also, the Kia Niro is built in South Korea, so don't bank on getting any EV tax incentives from the US government. With further driving, I found that the EV's regenerative braking intensity tapers off when slowing down to a stop, making it hard for me to modulate the brake pedal for a smooth stop. And while dual-clutch transmissions sometimes feel herky-jerky at parking lot speeds in traditional gasoline-powered cars, the Niro Hybrid's electric motor smooths out its low-speed operation quite nicely. Lastly, I'll note that the competitive set varies depending on which Niro you're considering. The Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid, Ford Escape Plug-in Hybrid, Honda CR-V Hybrid, or maybe even the Toyota Prius might earn your attention. And among EVs, there's the Chevrolet Bolt, Hyundai Kona Electric, and Volkswagen ID.4. You get the idea. There are plenty of efficient electrified choices for all tastes.
But if you like your efficiency and ergonomic pragmatism cocooned in sassy styling, the Kia Niro is likely to please. Ow, that is hot!